Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jack Maverick and welcome to the first episode of Live Rounds, GPW's official announcement show that will detail the upcoming matches for our next episode of Seas and our next special event, GPW Pressure. This show will premiere a few days after Seas to get everyone prepared for our huge event. The first second annual GPW event comes back around with 7 more matches for this year's lineup, and we suggest that if you haven't watched GPW opening night, or GPW Seas' Season 2 premiere, or the Hurricane video, thank you guys on your support for that one by the way, holy shit. I'd highly advise you to tune in to those shows first and then come back to this video so you're not spoiled. GPW Pressure will take place 1 week from this video on April 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and our next episode of Seas will take place on April 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's finally get into these match cards. At GPW opening night, Adam Copeland would make his debut in GPW and revealed himself as the general manager of GPW Seas. Adam would go on to announce a new championship to succeed the newly retired GPW Television Championship. Adam would say that the GPW No Boundaries Championship will be defended under no limits, no rules, and no gender differentiation. We have already seen 2 men qualify in their respective matches on the most recent episode of GPW Seas, as we would see the young OG Javon Evans take on the freshly returned former GPW Internet Champion Darby Allin in the first qualifying match. After a hellacious and bouncy battle, Darby Allin will roll up Javon Evans in order to qualify. Jacob Fatu would take on Charlie Dempsey later in that night, who debuted after costing Fatu the GPW National Championship at opening night. GPW National Champion Ludwig Kaiser, Pete Dunne, and Charlie Dempsey have all aligned as the Council, and after a back-and-forth slugfest from the 2 brawlers, Dempsey will get caught using the brass knuckles this time, allowing Fatu to qualify via disqualification. The qualifying matches will continue with GPW Pressure. Our first matchup is Drew McIntyre, who is coming off of a fresh win against Joe Hendry at opening night, commentated by LS11 Universe, go check them out, as Drew is set to take on current NXT Heritage Cup champion Lexis King. Both men with their first opportunity at gold in GPW are ready to tear the house down and look to take away the No Boundaries Championship in their wake. Our second qualifying matchup is a first in GPW history, as GPW has implemented the intergender wrestling sphere, and former GPW Women's World Champion Cora Jade is going to be put to the test as she will be going one-on-one with formerly known as Ricky Starks. Current NXT North American Champion Ricky Saints makes his return to GPW and looks to become the first ever GPW No Boundaries Champion. We mentioned before that the Council would attack Jacob Fatu on the Seas, and Fatu would be very prepared for the attack this time around. The Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa would come to Jacob Fatu's rescue and would clear out the Council before they would stand in the ring and call themselves the New Blood. The Gorillas of Destiny will make their debut in GPW against the Council's bruiserweight Pete Dunne and fellow Council member Charlie Dempsey, who looks to get some redemption for his mistake on Friday. To say that Brooks Jensen has gone through hell is an understatement. He has been dealing with the Wyatt Six ever since September. Brooks would face Dexter Loomis in a losing effort after Dexter put him to sleep on Seas. He'd combat with Eric Rowan in a Nightmare on Elm Street fight back in December, and would also face Joe Gacy in a steel cage match at GPW Homesick, where he would actually pick up the win. This newfound confidence had Brooks interrupting the Wyatt's message at opening night, where then Brooks would be thrown into an impromptu match against Eric Rowan, which barely lasted longer than the promo. Brooks has gone through 3 of the Wyatt Six members, and now he gets a 4th, as he takes on one of the most deranged women in all of pro wrestling. That's right, Brooks Jensen will go one-on-one with Nikki Cross at GPW Pressure, and Nikki has already invited Brooks to play. Let's see if he accepts her invite. At GPW Homesick, the GPW World Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, would defeat the former GPW Tag Team Champions and WWE Hall of Famers, the Dudley Boys. The Guns have been busy with their European tour in the WWE, but while we wait for the Guns to return, we need to find the next challengers for the GPW Tag Team Champions. Former GPW Tag Champions Joe Hendry and former GPW National Champion Bronson Reed will be our first team up in this 3-way #1 contenders dance. Our second team will be the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Piper Niven and the current WWE Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green, and yes, the tag division is also tertiary. Our third team has been undetermined, but Tyler Breeze, coming off of a great match against Penta at opening night, will be providing a mystery partner to complete the 3-way dance, who will walk away with an opportunity against the Motor City Machine Guns for the GPW World Tag Team Championships. Ricochet would seal the GPW Internet Championship away from former champion Obafemi in a 2 falls match, and after Oba would attack Ricochet and would injure Cedric Alexander's back by dropping him onto a trash can, Oba was suspended for 30 days, and Ricochet will walk away with his first championship in GPW. Ricochet would interrupt Adam Copeland on C's, where after Adam Copeland would give some details about the No Boundaries Championship, Ricochet would mention how he's probably talking about the wrong champion, and before he can even ask about a challenger, Adam Copeland would immediately say that he already has it figured out, as we would then see Michin, of all people, appear and attack Ricochet. Michin and Ricochet will go one-on-one with one another as Michin looks to become the first female GPW Internet Champion, and with the viewer's choice match stipulation on display, you guys got to choose if Michin and Ricochet will compete in a street fight, a ladder match, or a tables match, with Ricochet's GPW Internet Championship on the line. The GPW atmosphere was absolutely electric at GPW opening night. After Hangman Page would resign from GPW and relinquish the GPW World Championship, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland would compete at GPW opening night for the vacant GPW World Championship. After a hard-fought drag-out match, Will Ospreay would be able to nail the Hidden Blade on Swerve and the Stormbreaker to score the victory and become the GPW champion. Immediately after, we would hear a familiar tune in the form of the Cult of Personality as CM Punk would make his debut to GPW, as our show would then go off the air. CM Punk would speak for the first time on GPWCs, where he was glad to be there as his WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins draws even closer. He would then be interrupted by Swerve. Swerve would ask Punk why is he even here while he's got all of this going on, and he said to Swerve to keep dumb fucks like you out of this company, as they would then start brawling all across the ramp and all across the ring, and they would eventually have to be broken up with by security as they would just continue brawling all the way up. CM Punk will make his in-ring debut in GPW against Swerve Strickland at GPW Pressure, and if Swerve Strickland is able to defeat CM Punk, Swerve will earn a rematch with Will Ospreay for the GPW Championship. It will be the Straight Edge Savior taking on Swerve. That's all the matches for GPW Pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Our next episode of GPWCs, we will be seeing a couple of matchups as well. We already mentioned that the GPW No Boundaries champion will be crowned on the following episode of C's on April 29th. We've gone through half of the qualifying matches already, but on C's we will be seeing a 4-way dance in order to crown the inaugural No Boundaries champion. Alongside with the No Boundaries Championship, we will see the Motor City Machine Guns return to GPW to defend their GPW Tag Team Championships against the winner of the 3-way dance at GPW Pressure. We also have one last championship match to announce, as we would hold a Battle Royal on C's in order to crown the #1 contender for the GPW Women's World Championship. The freshly debuted Sol Ruca from NXT would upset the entire field and win the Battle Royal. Therefore, she will be challenging GPW Women's World Champion Kairi Sane for her belt. The young OG has been proving himself all throughout the GPW locker room, and he will certainly get a familiar foe to face on C's, as the former NXT North American Champion and former 2-time GPW Internet Champion, Shawn Spears makes his in-ring return to take on Javon Evans. And finally, the new GPW Champion, the Aerial Assassin, Will Ospreay, will be stepping into the ring for the first time as GPW World Champion, and he will be taking on a man who has had more than enough time to prove himself as the former GPW World Tag Team Champion, Hook, as Hook will be having the biggest matchup of his career against the World Champion. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in on these dates to check out GPWCs and GPW Pressure coming soon. Like and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the 18th.